Hello and welcome to a new video, and today I am truly and finally back to squatting, well, albeit with a box squat rather than without a box. But anyway, a squat is a squat and that's all that matters. But see, I'm here doing 80 kilograms for 30 repetitions. Again, this is not an unbroken set. I wish it was probably an unbroken set, but never mind, there we go. If anything, I'm pretty happy that I've gotten back into squatting ever since. I've struggled to find good version of a squat since I was told that my spine was a little bit curved at the bottom and it would be tough for me to actually go a little bit heavier. So I tried all sorts of stuff like the front squat, the Zercher squat, but none of those seem to really work out for me. So I just figured, screw it. Why not just do something that is a little bit, it is a little bit easier on my spine. That it doesn't require me to go to as much depth, because otherwise I just don't want to have to end up in the hospital, because I don't want any unscripted reps to actually let be an unscripted rep. So if anything, I'm pretty happy. Here I am doing 30 repetitions. Feeling pretty good. I think I probably will go to 85 to the next training session. See how things go. Take things from here. Now onto the pull section of my workout. Here I am doing the first set of 5 doubles with an extra 30 kilograms added to me. So here I am just doing it a little bit more cautiously because of some impulse I had in my shoulder. But anyway, here's what it doesn't matter at all. Here's what matters. What matters to me is really that, getting the rep, making sure I get it done properly. And here I think I actually do pretty good. So again, not the best reps. Maybe they are probably good enough for now, but we'll see where things go. Here is set number 2. I'll beat film from a little bit of a different angle. I just wanted to see, a good close-up of whether I'm actually getting close to my chin over the bar. And even as I tire, even as, I have to work very hard to actually improve my strength, I just want to see how the quality has varied throughout my time on the pull-up bar. So here it is, and again, here I think it's not too bad. I get most of my chin over the bar, but I think that's good. This is definitely the standard I'll be shooting for in future workouts. Now my third set, again, pretty much the same as the first two, although of course I'm not sure why. It probably seems like I am, just really pulling that a little bit much harder because my legs are bending a little bit. This is probably just a natural kip for me, but anyway, not too bad. I wonder why I look so surprised when I get down from the bar. I thought maybe it's just the way I look, but honestly, I actually was not as surprised as you guys think I look. It's just the way that Asians just give off that look after they've done something so good that they can't believe they actually done it. Set 4, a film from the back is not too bad. Again, here, my chin pretty much gets over the bar on both the reps. So definitely think that, hey, maybe I could go a little bit heavier in the next session, because the quality of my reps doesn't appear to drop from the footage, even though I am feeling a little bit more tired with each passing set because I am training very heavy. So nothing too bad. I'll probably just keep it limited to probably 4 or 5 sets, at the maximum, because anywhere beyond that, my quality of the reps are not going to be so great. See what happens. Here's my last double again, pretty much the same as the first four. I think beyond this point is really not going to do much for me to go and do so many doubles. It's not going to be very productive otherwise. So I think this is where I feel that try and go a tiny little bit heavier for a single actually would work, because I think what that will teach me is actually able to keep my muscles on your toes for when I actually had to perform a lift that's very close to my max or well past my maximum already. So not too bad. I think the rep was not too bad. It's just making sure that I again make sure get it done properly, hold it at the top for a momentary second and just come back down. I'm definitely able to maintain the quality here. You probably see maybe my chin doesn't really get over the bar, but I think it actually counts, at least for me, because I want to make sure that I'm pushing close to my maximum without actually compromising how much I can pull. So here I'm just do my best to give it everything I can without frying my nervous system too much. Just let it push it, but not too much, and just let it recover for the upcoming workout on Friday. Here is my only hypertrophy movement of the day. I normally would do the plate loaded movement for this, but because it was being used, I just switched over to the dumbbells. And actually, it sometimes does feel a lot better when you haven't done a certain movement after a while and you just go back and do it. It feels much better. Honestly, I think I should have gone a little bit heavier. As you probably can see, my reps, you probably lose count after a while because the weight was so stupidly light that I probably rode it for I think it's probably 39 to 40 repetitions. So, and at no point do I appear to really struggle onto the very end where I think I probably can get it to 40, but maybe I can't. So, just make of it what you guys will. Definitely let myself rest another 5 minutes before the next set, just because I know that even though I have done a very light weight, it's going to have a little bit of an interference effect on how much I can do in my second set, which was with the 30 kilogram dumbbells. So here I am with 30 kilogram dumbbells, one set of 14 here. Definitely feeling, a little bit more of a squeeze in the lats than sometimes I do it when I do it with a plate loaded machine. But anyway, I feel there's not really much of a difference between the two. So definitely I'll have to, just swing the weight around a little bit more deliberately, simply because the dumbbell heads are so big at this point. If I pull it too hard up against the bench, it's probably going to knock the bench and disrupt my momentum. Now on to just 2 sets for the arms. The cable preacher curl, 26.75 or was it 26.25 kilograms on the stack for 2 sets of 8, with the second set being a myorep set. Definitely, feeling a lot heavier, but I think, the pump that I felt at the end of this workout, I think really told me that, you don't have to do so many stupid amount of reps to actually get the same feeling, but it definitely feel more of a pump when you do it with higher reps versus low reps. But strength is what I'm going for here. Okay, last exercise is the workout, which is just simple leg extensions, 107.5 kilograms for 20 repetitions, as I have been doing for my light sets for the past 2 to 3 weeks already. Here again, definitely feeling a very good squeeze, and always, has been much of late, I have been feeling, just contracting my calf a little bit too much in my left leg, which is why I feel a little bit of a niggle. You might see me walking with a little bit of a limp after the set is over. But anyway, definitely, progressing well, feeling good. See what tomorrow brings when I have to go for my run. See you in the next one, guys.